Example, like when I said black culture promotes degeneracy, that's something that everybody knows. Like, you listen to any rap music, like Durk. I listen to Lil Durk all the time. He's rapping about murder all the time. Like, literally all the time. I mean, he's Muslim, and I hope, alhamdulillah, he becomes a better Muslim, but he's rapping about murder constantly. That he knows that will sell more music. He knows that rap beef and like, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna kill me. Bro, you're 29 with kids, still talking about like killing other people, and you're gonna risk your life over music. Like, everything that hip hop promotes, besides Ye and besides a few like, you know, Christian rap or stuff like that, it's all just drugs, murder. And we all know that when they talk about we need to protect black culture, this is the number one. This is how you prove that black culture in America promotes degeneracy. Because when a black person becomes more affluent, when they put on a suit, when they get a good job, when they speak correctly, you're speaking white. Yo, why are you talking like a white boy? I'm just speaking English properly. When they talk about keeping black culture black in those affluent areas, like as a lawyer, as a doctor, they mean they want a doctor who's also sagging. They want a doctor who's still banging and throwing up signs.
I mean, I agree that there's a lot of stuff within hip hop culture that is kind of negative, for sure.
All of it.
All
of it. Like,
you really put me on the spot here to like think about it objectively.
What do they promote that's positive? Besides, like, in some of their interviews, you listen to like Polo G, for example. He'll go in an interview. I'm like, yeah, man, I like what you're talking about. Like, you're uplifting people, but you listen to the music and I'm like, oh, this is all murder.
What do you say to people who call your music vulgar, misogynistic, offensive, degrading?
No, if that's what you think about the music, if that's what you categorize it under, then so be it. All those things made me who I am, and I am a very successful man. Please keep looking out for more, because it's coming, baby.
Shalom. I would like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakradash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, pushing this word out across the four corners of the world. And as you just saw from those two previous videos, just more proof how music has always had a significant influence on a society, shaping cultural norms and values. And you had this Chinese philosopher by the name of Confucius. He stated, if one should desire to know whether a kingdom is well governed, if its morals are good or bad, the quality of its music will furnish the answer. And according to the prophecy within Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, how the daughters of music should be brought down, especially within this American society, which is biblically known as Babylon the Great, because we're at the end. So the elites, or the so-called powers that be, who come from the household of Esau Edom, they know exactly who we are as a people, referring to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are indeed the biblical Israelites, the Most High's chosen people. So they know how we have that salt, that flavor, that influence, and how all these other nations want to gravitate unto us. And that's because we are the salt of the earth. And one of the biggest engagements the Israelites are in tune with is definitely music. They conjure up these strategic snares and traps, such as creating this diabolical genre of music called gangster rap around like 1991. So that's when the CIA created this genre of music called gangster rap, and that negative influence was meant to create criminal behavior, so-called black on black crime, and also to mold our people's mindset and behaviors. So these CIA agents, along with these top music moguls and executives, and handpicked certain rap artists at that time point. And this particular secret meeting changed rap music and destroyed a generation. So these different decision makers within this secret meeting, they coached these different rappers at that time frame to propagate this cancerous music. So therefore they can be able to invest into this private prison industry. And by doing so, that will influence more Jakes, and especially these young Jake males, to become a product of their own environments and just to be another number within this prison industry. And the benefit for these decision makers, such as these CIA agents, these top music moguls and executives, And these sellout rap artists, they'll probably get a portion of the percentages of the number of more Israelite inmates going into prison. So the so-called powers that be, coming from the household of Esau Edom, they have weaponized music to further their agenda, which is this impending NWO. And that takes me right to the book of Psalm 64 verse 1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. And when you read the book of Psalm, the 83rd chapter, it lists our enemies that make a tumult and how they have taken crafty counsel against us, meaning the biblical Israelites. And that main biblical arch enemy is the tabernacle of Esau Edom. And beginning with the tabernacle of Edom and along with these other heathen nations, they are all in cahoots of cutting us off from being a nation, and that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. And that particular spirit that's on Esau Edom in this day of time, it goes all the way back to their forefather Esau within the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter, and how our forefather Jacob supplanted Esau of the blessing. And within that chapter, when Esau found out that he'd been finessed by his brother Jacob, what did he say? The days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that slay can go into many different fashions and forms, just like Esau's blessing of the sword. And where you can see in today's time through the spirit, and it's very clear how they have weaponized music to slay Jacob, again referring to you Israelites, to further their agenda. Verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And this is speaking about the so-called nobility of Esau Edom, these international bankers, who classify themselves as the shadow government because they have been hidden for so many centuries of doing abominable works within the dark. But due to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai shining a light upon them, according to the book of Obadiah, Esau's works are being searched out, and all of his hidden things are being sought up. Which explains why you have so many people around the world that are finding out about the so-called Illuminati and all of the diabolical works they have been doing since they have been established, and still doing in this day of time. So many people around the world are finding out about them. Like the Illuminati is like a household name now. And that's why they're known as the secret counsel of the wicked, because their power resided within their secrecy. So now everything that was done in the dark is coming out to the light, even the wickedness of the secret counsel of the wicked. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword, in this sense that wet goes into like sharpen. Hence how Esau be sharpening his legislations due to his draconian measures. And even though he's oppressing the whole world, but who are their eyes mainly set on? The nation of Israel, the biblical Israelites. So who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And that's why it goes into the book of Revelation, how Esau is known as the accuser of our brethren. He'll set up these scenarios or traps or snares upon us, our people, the Israelites, causing our people to be unplugged from their power source, which is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Then after our people were sin, then he would go to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai and say, look at your people sinning down here, while he set up the play for us to go left and to cause us to go off. So those are bitter words. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and the perfect represents the Israelites. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And what's one of the many ways that he's shooting at the perfect? For example, weaponizing music. Like it's a well-known fact within the 1930s, how these international banking families, and mainly the Rothschilds, they changed the frequency from 432 hertz unto 440 hertz. And 432 hertz has a light, natural healing feeling to it. It's like that feel-good vibration. You know, it lifts up your mood, it increases your consciousness, and the list goes on. So these so-called powers that be, who are the workers of iniquity, they intentionally changed it from 432 hertz unto 440 hertz. And that 440 hertz, it has a dark, low vibrational frequency onto it. It has evil undertones, just all types of negativity onto it. And that's why more people are feeling that physical discomfort, be feeling anxious, depressed, low self-esteem. And a big part of that is by Esau weaponizing music. Like, look at this subgenre of rap music called drill rap. Like, look how low vibrational in the promotion of violence, hypersexualism, materialism, adultery, idolatry, murder, drugs, sex, and the list goes on. So again, that's one of the many diabolical ways Esau is shooting in secret at the perfect. Again, referencing to the Israelites. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune or lay in snares privately or privily. They say, who should see them? And we can answer that with 2 Ezra 16 verse 62. Yea, in the spirit of the Almighty, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, which made all things and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. And that definitely includes the demonic plans of the workers of iniquity. All of their so-called plans for their NWO. Verse 63, surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and will hide their sin. And according to Isaiah 29:15, what does it say? Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, and how their works are in the dark, and they say, who see us, who knoweth us? And we just answered that within 2 Ezra 16, 62, and 63. So therefore, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua has Esau's days numbered, which is why he's about to get ready to pull him off this world stage, hence his rulership. So surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and will hide their sin. And 2/3 of the nation of Israel can be incorporated into this scripture. And that's because you have a lot of our people, they want to be in coalition with Esau Edom, especially the wicked ones of our people within this highly weird industry. How they want to be on one accord with Esau Edom and along with his wickedness. And they will do anything that it would take to make it to that next level, to receive those corner riches, to get the fame and the glory, even by losing their integrity, ethics, or values on the road to their so-called success. And that's why it's stated within Proverbs 11:21, how though hand join in hand, the wicked should not be unpunished. So 2/3 of our people that want to make that alliance with Esau Edom, then therefore they're going to receive that same fate as Esau Edom. And rightfully so, because you have a lot of our people within this Hollywood industry, they will literally do anything it takes to make it. Even by doing a blood sacrifice upon your loved one, or sacrificing your son or your daughter, like registering to the opposite sex, and even being a part of Esau's agenda of weaponizing music upon their own people. So you rappers have a lot of blood upon your hands. You are really in the category of a warlock or a witch. And with your music as your product, you're selling sorceries or that black magic unto your own people. And that takes me right to Exodus 22 verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch or a warlock, which is a male version of a witch, to live. Because by doing so, that negative vibration contaminates the rest of the nation of Israel. So therefore it has to be cut off right then and there, like a cancerous tumor. Because if it doesn't, it's going to spread. Which is why music can be likened unto an export, which is a commodity, a service, a product that's being sold abroad or worldwide. Hence rap music in this genre, drill rap. Look how these other nations, and more than likely their Jates, have incorporated this lifestyle of drill music. Rapping lyrics about murdering another person, adultery, selling drugs or doing drugs, scamming one another, and the list goes on. So that vibration alone right there That's witchcraft you're selling to your own kind, your own people. Because you're not just weaponizing music onto just anybody, you're doing this to the Most High's chosen people. So therefore, you rappers are responsible for a lot of blood upon your hands. Because the youth of our people, they look up to you all. And they're following a false narrative because a lot of these different rappers, a lot of them are playing a script that these music executives have written for them. Like, of course, you might have an exception to the rule. Like, some of them might come from that lifestyle, living that type of life that they so-called rap about. But for the most part, a lot of these guys are actors. Like, for example, look at Future. He stated many times on interviews that he doesn't do drugs. Like, he doesn't pop perks and other type of pills. However, he markets or propagates that out to his listeners, his fans, or some of these trap music rap artists. A lot of them are rapping about a life they never probably lived, or if they did, they're no longer doing that because they're in tune with the music industry and they get money off that type of lifestyle now. But they are selling that sorcery or that witchcraft unto the masses, and more so unto your own people. And the same goes for this thought culture. These so-called women of our nation propagating to these younger females, the younger generation, on how to be hoes, dressing all provocative, backdooring niggas or setting niggas up, just advocating like a street prostitute or a whole lifestyle. And as you can see in today's time, a lot of these females have engulfed into that madness. Like, look at these crazy colored wigs these females be wearing nowadays, and the way they talk or how they treat men. So all of those wicked Israelites that's within that satanic music industry, they have a lot of blood upon their hands. And they're going to be responsible by misleading our people into their demise. And that takes me right to Ezekiel 3 verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's the spirit that the sincere and righteous prophets are going to be in within these end times. Rightly dividing the word of truth. Cautioning our people that impending danger, critical, dangerous times are coming. Hence, Jacob's trouble, which is going to be a time frame that this world has never seen nor experienced before. And we are sincerely doing that through the Spirit, whether our people hear or forbear. Verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his or her wicked way, to save his or her life, the same wicked man or woman shall die in his or her iniquity, but his or her blood will I require in thy hand. So let's stick to the topic of this lesson. You have these sellouts amongst our nation, and they want to be affiliated with the God of this world, which is Esau Edom. So they would rather sell out, lose all their integrity, their morals, their values and ethics for little pieces of crumbs by their slave master, instead of being into that spirit of delayed gratification and just by waiting upon your power, which is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, until he rise up unto the prey. So a lot of our people, especially within this highly weird industry, they wanted that microwave success. They wanted it right then and there. No time for patiently waiting. And by them having this type of platform that Esau gave them by selling out, they are not warning our people who they are, because a lot of these celebs of our people, they know exactly who we are, especially when they move up into those high ranks within the Freemasonry. You best believe that the so-called powers that be within that realm, they share certain secrets unto our people that sold out. Because the more wickedness that you do, the more they disclose their evil plans or diabolical agendas. So you have a lot of our people within this Hollywood industry. They have that type of platform. They can reach millions of people within seconds by the status that they have on social media. But what do they do with that so-called gift? They continue to feed our people that sin culture, which causes our people to be more uninformed. So by that alone, that's a lot of blood upon you entertainers' hands. And especially you wicked Israelites who want to be affiliated with the God of this world, which is Esau Edom, and you will sell out by getting a 501c3 tax exemption which comes with the price that you will have to negate our people from the 100% truth. And you will have to go by the guidelines of the so-called powers that be. Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he or she turn not from his or her wickedness, nor from his or her wicked way, he or she shall die in his or her iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And again, that's the spirit that the righteous and sincere prophets are going to be in. According to John 15:22, Yahushua stated, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. And that's due to by Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua setting up his righteous prophets and being those watchmen not holding their peace day nor night. And that takes me right to Isaiah 28 verse 15. Because ye have said, and this is referencing to 2/3 of our people that want to make Esau's establishment their continuing city and not Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua's. We have made a covenant with death. And that covenant goes into that pact, the agreement, the alliance, that coalition, that treaty or bond that our people want to make within spiritual Egypt, which is America. Which is why it's stated within Isaiah 30:1, woe to the rebellious children, which is speaking about 2/3 of our people that take counsel but not of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. And they cover with a covering but not of the Most High Spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And they want to walk down into Egypt and have not acts at the Most High's mouth. So by our people being into that vibration and want to cohabitate with the modern day Pharaoh, which is Esau Edom, and trust into the fashion of this world, then therefore that's going to be a lot of our people's shame and their confusion. That's when Esau really going to show our people that sold out his true colors. And that's because you have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we in agreement. When the overflowing scourge should pass through, it should not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And that's just like you have this status or this major platform, and you can easily shed light onto your people. But you would rather mislead them by the guidelines of your master, Esau Edom. And really ultimately by Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. And that's because the deceived and the deceiver are his. I'm going to jump down to verse 18. And your covenant with death should be disannulled. So it's like a breach of contract. And a lot of our people are going to have a great rule of awakening on who they made that covenant with death with. The man of sin. And according to Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter, it stated, never trust thy enemy. And I personally look forward to Esau displaying his true colors unto you sellouts. Because a lot of these Jake Salels really think they got it made. And not knowing a part of this NWO, you 2/3 that sold out are going to be enslaved as well under his NWO. So therefore your covenant with death should be disannulled, so that contract that you made with Esau Edom is going to be voided out. And your agreement with hell should not stand. When the overflowing scourge should pass through, then you should be trodden down by it. And according to Isaiah 10:5, it goes into about O Assyrian, and the modern day Assyrian is referencing to Esau Edom and how he's the rod of the Most High's anger, which is on that left hand side. And how the Most High is going to give that staff in his hand for the Most High's in the nation. So we're going to see the Most High's energy on that left hand side via his vessel of dishonor, which is Esau Edom. And he's going to come against a hypocritical nation, which is referencing to 2/3 of the nation of Israel. A lot of our people are a bunch of actors, especially these ones that's within this Hollywood industry, like especially the so-called men. They try to imitate a masculine role, like on their TV shows or movies, but in reality, they are nothing but straight moles, part of that alphabet game. And the same goes for the rest of these so-called entertainers of our people. So again, the Most High is going to send Esau against a hypocritical nation. And the Most High is going to give Esau charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. Just like right here what we are reading within Isaiah 28 verse 18. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then you should be trodden down by it. A lot of our people that's within this Hollywood realm, they are successful right now. But they forgot about that price of fame, because the end results are Esau is going to turn on you. And that's for sure. But more significantly than that, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is going to require your blood and hold you entertainers accountable for misleading his people, causing them to be associated with the wages of sin, which is death. So with that, hopefully you all is edified, you all stay strong, keep pushing forward. Shalom.
Do that dick, hang low. If you do, I want some more. Can you shove it in my guts? Can I put it in my throat? Can I see it while you fuck me from the back? I wanna know. Do your dick